Today we're going to be talking about a trigger that often goes overlooked. A lot of people, when setting up their meal plans, understands the previous chapters, emotional eating, stress eating, not being motivated. But intelligent marketing and the way that advertisers use gimmicks to get you to choose poor food selections is something that you should definitely take a look into. Not to say that what they do is wrong, it's just to be aware of it and catch yourself when you're being fooled by these. One of the most common examples is in the grocery store when you're waiting in line, you're hungry, you've been shopping, and then you see the candy sitting there. And you're waiting anyway right next to it, and there's sodas. So easy to grab, so cheap to throw a candy bar in and eat it on your way home. They do that on purpose. And to understand these gimmicks is going to make you more prepared for when you go out to eat. Now you might ask yourself, why is it so easy to eat poorly? Like, shouldn't it be easy just to be like, no, I want to lose weight, I won't eat fast food or restaurants, or choose bad items at the grocery store? But it's not. In fact, people often unconsciously end up in a fast food place ordering food before they know it, they've got a burger. It's because they use our need for self-care. They use phrases like, take a break and you deserve this, and make it sound like you're practicing self-care when you indulge in bad eating. They also use bright color packaging and restaurant signs. They use famous celebrities and cartoon characters. Anything to grab your attention. And to associate it with good times like birthdays and Christmas and holidays and vacation. Any of these tactics to get you to associate bad eating with fun, enjoyment, overcoming emotions, really fit, beautiful models who probably don't even eat the products that is going on. Another tactic they use is they make it cheap, fast, and easy. So eating at a fast food place is definitely cheaper than going to a grocery store. If you want a burger, it could cost you as little as $1. Whereas if you wanted to buy those same ingredients, you're probably looking at about $20, So it's cheaper. It's also cheaper once you're there. You want a salad at most places, it's about $12. Whereas 2 burgers, fries, and a drink, it's about $5. So understand, it plays on that you're saving money. You get more for your money, right? You get more for your dollar if you eat out in some realms. I mean, if you do proper meal prep, it's actually not, but we'll get to that chapter later. It's also faster. If you think about how long it takes you to cook, to clean, to go to the grocery store and buy all the ingredients, how long it takes to cook meat, you're looking at about an hour or more of time spent cooking before you ever eat. You pull through a donut shop, grab something and go. That's 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes plus drive time, and you're in and out. So they play on that impatience as well that we all have. Another thing is they make it easy. You order pizza, it's delivered to your door, you eat it out of the box, and then you throw the box away. There's no cleanup, there's no cooking, you could be in your pajamas all day. So it's definitely easier. And one of the other things is there's more choices to eat bad. I'm not doing this to convince you to eat bad, but these are the things that go through your mind when you're making a decision. Do I want to go home and eat healthy? Do I want to cook? Do I want to go grocery shopping? Or do I just want to go to a fast food chain? For choices, if you want chicken and you're being healthy, pretty much there's one option for you, and that is grilled lean chicken. Right? That's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, you can add it to rice or salad, but for the chicken itself, that's pretty much it. Now let's say that you have no option, let's say that you have no limitations. You can get that deep fried, battered, buttered, you can get that buffalo style, you can go and get wings, you can get it tons of ways. In most restaurants as well, choices of unhealthy food, 95% of the menu. Whereas if you want something healthy and lean on it, you probably only got a few things, of course, depending on the restaurant you're at. But that's how you become prepared. Have a few selections. If you know that there's a fast food chain that you really enjoy, pick the lower calorie option if your goal is weight loss. If your goal is health, find what it is that fits in that, like a salad. You will be paying more for it for sure, but the health of it is definitely worth the extra money. So make a list of all the places you like to go and then find what a better option for you is. You're probably still going to go there. I mean, cutting something out completely doesn't usually last long. So pick the restaurants you like, find what options you can pick, and understand that. And those are going to kind of go in later on when we create our stoplight. Understand what choices you have, and understand that with cooking, you can make it fast, cheap, and easy as well. You just have to know what you're doing. There's a couple of good apps for cooking recipes, things like that give you time. You can cook a meal in about 15 minutes. There's a lot of vegan options, things like Oshi Glows. It's really good, and I highly recommend looking through some of those that teach you how to cook. Pinterest is probably the best, in my opinion, for finding free meals, low cook times, exactly with what you have at home. So that's pretty much eating out. The next one is while you're at the grocery store. So you've made the healthy choice to go and get food for the week. And then they use these tactics like perceived health, where they'll have a label on the bag that says gluten-free, vegan, keto-friendly. And you hear these buzzwords and it's like, oh, okay, well, it must be better for me. No artificial flavors, as if anyone understands what that means. And so they trick you into thinking something's healthier than it is. Diet sodas are a big example of this. I personally believe that diet sodas have calories. Not calories in the scientific term of energy burned, but as in I think it makes it gain weight. The same. I think that the studies done are very funded. So, there's this perceived health that they do. Gluten-free is a current fad. It's because gluten's so bad for a lot of people, with celiac and things like that. But just because it's gluten-free doesn't mean it's healthy, doesn't mean it's low calorie. Protein bars is one of the most common ones. This is the one that always tricked me. I love protein bars, but you look at the ingredients, you look at the calories, that's a glorified candy bar. Yeah, there's added protein, but you can pretty much get that protein through a basic diet. So protein bars are actually candy bars, but a lot of people think they're doing the right thing by eating them. Another way they trick you is serving sizes. You ever seen a serving size on some of this stuff? Like one of those small pizzas you get is for a family of 4 to 6. No way, you're gonna eat that whole thing yourself. So understand that when you're looking at the calories, it's not important just to look at that number. Also look at how many people it should be for and what portion of it you're gonna eat. Right? So, like for example, a bottle of soda is 2 serving size, as if anyone drinks half of it and puts it in the fridge for another day. Of course not, you drink the whole thing. So when you're calculating calories down in the further chapter, understand that you're going to have to take a look at those serving sizes, what the ingredients are. You're not going to get too much into understanding what potassium sorbate or any of those words mean. For the most part, it's not important. If you want to be healthy, it's pretty basic. Eat things that most resemble the food they came from. But anyway, the last one they use in the grocery stores is pocket money. Like we talked about earlier, you're standing in a line and there's a candy bar. It's only $2. You're already spending a couple hundred on groceries. So they use this trick of pocket money. Oh, it's cheap. Or pocket size or mini size. It's, just get this tiny little Snickers bar. It's okay. And those things are going to throw up your diet. If you're trying to lose weight, calories really add up. So you have to be really careful with that. And then understand that the best way to overcome a lot of these things with like fast food, restaurants, grocery stores, all these things, is understand that you have to eat in moderation. Understand what that looks like to you. Clearly identify what a good sized portion is, and anything more than that is just going to be turned to fat. You can't process it. Again, if your goal is weight loss. If your goal is health, understand that you shouldn't eat so much of certain types of macronutrients. You want a pretty good balance so that your body utilizes all the vitamins and minerals in them. A couple of the tricks for moderation that I use is I try to take my time when I eat and really think about it. Enjoy every bite. Right? The longer it takes you to eat, the better your digestion is. So I try to be more mindful of what I eat, more savor every bite. I also keep all of my triggers away from me. So, for example, I love peanut butter. I could eat almost a jar of it. And so what I do is I just don't keep it in the house. And if I do buy some, I buy a tiny little thing. So if you're going to indulge in something, buy only the portion in which you want to indulge in, because you can't save it for later, because then it's going to be eaten right away. Don't let yourself trick you into, oh, I'll just eat half and put the rest away. We all know that you come back within 10-15 minutes and eat the rest because it tastes so good. When you're at the grocery store, buy fewer snacks. Make it harder to choose bad foods and make it easier to choose the right ones. Also, not letting minor setbacks fully throw you off. Okay, so you did have a soda in the checkout line. That's okay. Just get back on track. Try to minimize it. What I find myself doing is if I get a protein bar and I'm like, I deserve this, I worked out really hard, I throw the rest away as soon as I have that thought. And it sucks because those things are super expensive. But my health is more important to me than money. I also use smaller plates and cutlery. I use these tiny little spoons to eat my cereal because I have to eat slower that way. So it feels like, man, I'm just eating so much, when in reality, I'm not. Same with rice. I eat it so small. Um, and you also want to strive for variety. Understand all the food choices you like, and then how to make those healthier. Instead of regular milk, go with skim milk or almond milk or cashew milk. Instead of breaded chicken, go with grilled chicken. Instead of just beef, go with lean. And then start making these transitions, right, to eat in moderation. The next thing we're going to talk about is, of course, the Stoplight System. This is something all my clients use. They love it. It's also why fad diets like the keto work. It gives you a very specific list of foods that you cannot eat. It's like, do not eat carbs. What's cool is it's not like keto, some magic thing that makes you lose weight. But think about all the things you can't have. Any sugar. I mean, you can't have sodas, you can't have cakes, you can't have pizza, you can't have burgers. And if you do get a burger, you can't order it with a bun. You go to a fast food place, you have to customize your meal so much that you're like, I'd just rather not. It makes it hard to do the wrong thing. So keep that in mind. So the Stoplight System is the same. But you're going to create this for yourself. Make it as specific as possible. So for green foods, this means you can pretty much eat as much as you want. Things like vegetable and fruits. Vegetables, like, they're so low calorie, they're so high in health that, just, make the biggest salads you can. If you love salad, eat as many vegetables as you can. That'll fill you up for the rest. Drink as much water as you can. And then some things are in moderation. This is your yellow light foods, like lean meats, white meats, oils, nuts. Nuts are high in calories, so you should really limit these, but they're still healthy. So that's where it's kind of like a balance. Greek yogurt is in this yellow section, right? Pretty low calorie, very high protein, pretty low fat if you get the 0% fat one like I do. But these are things that you eat sometimes. You really want to kind of like watch these. And then red lights should be your avoid. Things like alcohol, red meats, soda, candy. Things that you just know are bad. You almost never have these. Of course, I do on occasion. If I'm on vacation, I'm going to eat, but I'm not going to just go crazy. Which is what brings me to my next thing, is pause button thinking. Hitting a pause button on your diet because you're on vacation, because life is stressful. Oh, I've got to work so many hours. Somebody just moved in. Any of these things that cause you to think, you know what, I'm going to hold off on my diet, on my exercise until things settle. Well, here's a tip. Life never becomes normal. It's never going to not be hectic or chaotic. Something always comes up. And just like in the last chapters, understand that you can dial it down, but never turn it off, never pause. A lot of people, it's like something happens, and so you set a specific amount of time that you can just eat and do whatever you want. But that's enjoyable. You're not going to want to go back to the way it was. So if you want to create a new habit, there is no pausing. You just have to keep moving forward. Understand that if you are going to have a red, a stoplight food, Just have one. Make it a smaller portion. Drink a glass of water before it. Eat a vegetable with every meal. Do something that is making you progress towards what you want in life. Always taking those actions that are going to lead you to a better you. And not only that, but pausing your diet, pausing your goals, only gives you permission to give up in the future. It's teaching you that giving up is okay. And it's not. Keep moving forward. Don't stop. It's okay to dial it down to that one, something so easy that you can't say no to. It's okay that life is hectic, but find a way to work around it. And then join me in my next chapter where I talk about one of the biggest reasons people pause: time management.